Welcome to the morning stretch, everyone. Tricia Sloma along with Matt Engelbrecht and Kyrstyn Glover.
Hello.
Good to see you guys.
Hello.
It's April Fool's Day.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. We're going to have the best and the worst April Fool's jokes that were either done on you or that you pulled against somebody else. We're going to talk about that coming up. But something that is not worth joking about is the amount of damage that we have seen in Michiana. We suffered a severe storm, of course, Sunday night, and I was on vacation. I got back to some minor damage at my house. I mean, this is an inconvenience. Part of our fence is down, part of our trees are down, have some shingle damage, but for the most part, you know, power came back on, we're okay. Families lost their homes in this, either because trees fell down on it or they had roofs ripped off. There's a lot of damage out there.
Yeah, all wind-related or mostly wind-related, although, as you were talking about earlier, some hail came down as well. And what makes this a little bit different, and Tricia, you can speak to this a little bit, the last couple of years we've had individual cells. We've had one or two severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings go up for parts of Michiana. And it seems like this event is probably the first in the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 years that we've had widespread damage in and across Michiana.
Yeah, I think it's been maybe 20 years that I could say. When I look back through our coverage and how, you know, impactful some of these events have been, this is the one that I have to say has covered so many of our counties in our viewing area all at once. I mean, we're talking about a tornado confirmed Stark to Marshall County, and then also a tornado confirmed up in Michigan.
Yep.
But all these places in between clearly impacted. And we're not done yet. We've got rain coming in on Wednesday. And folks, if you've got a damaged roof, you got to get ready because Wednesday could be a mess for you.
Yeah, First Alert Weather Day issued for your Wednesday, mainly because of we're looking at more severe weather coming in on Wednesday. But this is going to be kind of a more traditional event where we're not expecting a repeat of Sunday where up and down Michiana we're looking at severe weather, but there's going to be pockets of storms. In fact, we may actually get a few thunderstorms earlier in the day for the morning commute before we ramp things back up for a possibility of some severe weather. Now, based on what I've been looking at, the best ingredients are actually off to our east and down to our south, but we can't completely rule out a severe thunderstorm or two.
We want to thank all of our viewers for sending in these pictures and videos. And I think, Kyrstyn, we have like I call it a 4-box or whatever. It's where we put our videos together in one big picture.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
people have been sending some incredible pictures in, right?
Yes, they have. Here we go, right here. They got videos, pictures all across Michiana. I remember I was watching this through my sliding door, and like it seemed like a crazy storm. I'm over on kind of by Portage Road-ish area.
Sure, South
and
Bend.
It seemed like a storm.
Yeah.
You know, and then I come in and I see all these videos and photos, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I feel like what I experienced is not the same as what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's
here.
nothing compared to. I love the drone footage, and the drone footage really helps tell the story, doesn't it, Matt? Because when you see that amount of trees down, I mean, there's a lot of chainsaws going to be working for several weeks to come.
And this is one of the first events that usually you get an event like this the day after. It's all questions: was it straight line winds or was it a tornado? After this event, nobody cared what it was. It was damage, and everybody having to deal with wind damage, also some hail damage from these storms. It was more about how quickly can we recover, more so than what happened the night before. And the stories I've been hearing, you know, how quickly it came through. So we had a First Alert Weather Day issued on Friday for this event. On Sunday, the warnings were up to give a lead time of about 30 minutes.
Sure.
But the actual impact, the severe weather impact to individuals lasted all of 5 to 10 minutes. It just busted through here, and you just look and you're like, wait, did that just happen? And trees were down, power lines were down, and power was out for a good part of the area.
Yeah, powerful storm for sure. And we're going to be cleaning up for days to come. We have places to call if you have damage to report. And Kyrstyn, it's 211 in St. Joseph County. And I think this is interesting because they're reminding folks that federal dollars could be at play here.
Yeah, so if you call that number, the 211 number, and you report the damage that you have, then the more the people that call, then we'll get federal funding. So I think it would be it's really important. Even if it's something that you might think is minor, just still call it in.
Right. Now, in Elkhart City proper, they're actually putting up this phone number, 574-293-2175. They actually have an Elkhart app. It's called My Elkhart 311 app, and they're encouraging you to utilize that if you need assistance. And then we also, on our website, folks, go to it. We have stories helping out if you have debris that you're wanting to get rid of. And boy, it piles up fast, doesn't it? I mean, we're talking about branches, things that you can haul to the curb. And there are certain days that you can, add that to your trash pickup. That it's going to be, they give you a free day.
Right.
And they also have a place where you can take it. It's a recycling place in South Bend that actually takes the all of the wood chunks and also tree stumps and everything else. So keep that in mind if you're cleaning up and as you're cleaning up. And we know that's going to be the case for several weeks to come.
Absolutely. And I got to give the city leaders some credit. Being on this, something like trash pickup, having been through hurricane, severe weather before, we forget just how much stuff we have to put out on the curb to try and get back to normal or try to get recovery efforts underway. So for the city leaders to already be ahead of this yesterday morning and getting things underway is going to make that recovery process a lot faster.
Yeah. Kyrstyn, I know we have some video of a home, a family that went through just a terrifying night. Imagine you're a young couple and you have two little kids. And this is a story for so many families here in Michiana, but this happened just north of our TV station. Joshua Short speaking here with Kenny Bird. He and his wife were, going through their Sunday night routines. His wife's doing some typical Sunday night chores. His 4-year-old watching TV. He's got a little 2-month-old baby, and all of a sudden the storm hit, and his wife was able to usher everybody into an interior hallway and bathroom. But we want you to listen carefully to what he had to say. I think nice way to kind of sum up how you can have some positive thinking in the face of tragedy. Take a listen.
When this tree fell, my son was in the living room watching TV, watching his little Transformers shows. And then that's when my wife pulled him out of the living room into the hallway, got him in the bathroom, it's kind of in the same area. And then the second tree fell. Giving glory to God, the example that was set by Jesus, weathering the storm is something that we are built for. I know people are going through it. I know people may not be feeling quite as perked up as I might be, but it's going to be okay.
Weathering the storm
Love that.
is something we are built for. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
I love that. And when we have stories like this, it just makes me smile because this guy lost his home. The firefighters that came and kind of assisted them said, sorry to tell you this, but it's looking like your home might be a total loss. So this is a similar case in many homes here in Michiana where a tree fell. And these are long established trees that have been here for, in some cases, decades, if not maybe a century-old tree, and they can come crashing down into a home and cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I really like what he said, but also how he said it, just with a smile on his face and ending that. There's with this kind of system, with this kind of destruction, there's a lot of questions and not a lot of answers.
Right.
A lot of questions. So for him to end that by saying it's going to be okay, it is going to be okay. It makes things a little bit easier and a little bit better despite the number of questions people might have across the area.
Boy, it does make you smile. And Kyrstyn, we talked about that, and that's why you wanted it in the morning stretch. And it's like, this is a positive way to put a frame on this really tough situation.
Well, it can be hard to go through that and think, is this ever going to be okay again?
Right.
It can be very hard. You lost your home or your belongings or even someone that you know.
Yeah.
So it can be tough. So it is good that, he's putting it out there, those good words.
Oh, absolutely. Something for all of us to embrace. March went out like a lion, I guess, officially.
Sure did.
That means we usher in April 1st and April Fool's Day. And this has been no joking matter. This has been so tough. And it's like, know your time and place for a good old joke, and now is not the time to be pulling pranks on people. But I can remember, looking back, some of the great jokes that family and friends would pull on one another. Yeah. And I just wanted to know, for you guys, what are the best and the worst April Fool's joke. So let's start with the best one. Either one that you pulled on somebody or somebody pulled on you.
Oh, geez. Well, for one, I despise April 1st just for that reason.
Really? You don't like this day?
I love a good joke. I appreciate humor, but tricks are a little different.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's a different kind of humor, if you ever want to call it that. Tricks are, and social media has made it 10 times worse.
Oh, it has.
With the amount of people that have posted, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant. And then April 2nd, it's like, no, it was April Fool's joke. It's like,
okay, now I'm confused.
Yeah, that has to be one of the worst ones.
right. I know. And that's why I've just learned to really despise April 1st, because there's no limit to how bad the trick can be.
Well, we have it in our family that you cannot pull a trick saying that you're hurt or in an accident or anything like that and cause distress.
Good. Yeah, social media doesn't do that. Social media, it's whatever you want.
Well, and part of the reason, and it's the worst joke I ever pulled on anybody, and I regret it to this day. I had injured my knee in high school in a basketball practice, and I broke my kneecap, and I had a cast, and it was incredibly painful and quite the ordeal. My dad had been through back surgery at the same time. I think of what my mother was going through at that time, running people to a doctor's appointments, trying to keep the whole household together. And here I am, and my bedroom is upstairs in this old farmhouse, long, narrow staircase to get downstairs. And I thought on April Fool's Day, it would be funny.
Yeah.
I was supposed to slide down on my butt every day, and that's how I got up and down the stairs, hoisting myself up, kind of sliding down.
I see it. Yep.
I took my crutch and I banged on the staircase all the way down, screaming like I fell in a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs.
You didn't.
Everybody came running from all points, screaming. My mother was crying because I had been through the surgery and everything else.
Read the room, Tricia.
And
You said you were screaming?
Oh, I screamed all the way down, and I took the crutch, and I was making all kinds of noise. And I'm in this crumpled heap, and I look up at everybody, and I smile real big, and I go, April Fool! And I thought they were going to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah, now you got two broken legs.
Oh. It was terrible.
See?
Terrible.
See? It's not fun. There's nothing fun about that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a couple fun ones.
What did you do?
I've never pulled a prank on someone. I've never had one pulled on me. So I guess
Whoa.
it's
Ready?
okay.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
No. But I've seen ones on social media where they're like, "Oh, Dad, the dishwasher has water running out of it," and it's like sneakers lined up outside of the dishwasher with water bottles in it. That's like cute.
That's
it's,
cute.
It's fun.
adorable.
I like cheeky cute.
Because no one's lying.
But
No one is lying there.
I think this is hilarious. I'm not sure if it's illegal, but
Oh, great.
illegal.
Way to start that one.
Started with that.
this girl, she put on Craigslist the address to her ex and said, "Free scrap metal, come pick up."
See, it's just...
And people were showing up at this guy's house like, "Where's the scrap metal?" And it was just over and over again. I thought that was like...
That is kind of
That's
funny.
what I mean. There's no limit with April 1st, and that's my problem with it, is people do that, and it's like, oh, this is supposed to be a joke. Now they have 4 weeks of people showing up to their house asking for scrap metal.
I just said they should have... I think she might... I don't know if she said scrap metal like at his house or if she said it was like a junkyard.
Right.
But
Hopefully
like I would have retaliated in some way, like sent them over to her house for some reason.
Now
Like,
where does it
would've been
stop?
funny.
Yeah, hopefully she didn't say, look for a car and
gosh.
have his car be the person, the thing that they tried to take. But,
Yeah.
Well, no matter how you celebrate this first day of April, we hope you do it with a good sense of humor.
Right.
Whether on the receiving or giving end of April Fool's Day. So just be cheerful and be mindful of all the people
Be mindful. Get
who
through the
are
day.
struggling.
Don't go on
Get through the
Craigslist.
day.
Yes. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us
Thanks, guys.
on The Morning Stretch.
Bye.
So long.